The scent of garlic, sharp and unmistakable, once drifted through the rooms of stone houses on the Mediterranean coast, through narrow alleys in Middle Eastern villages, and across the thresholds of homes where people whispered prayers of protection. Not prayers to ward off illness or storms. Those, too, had their place, but prayers to break something even more intangible: a curse, a bad glance, an unspoken envy that lingered in the air and seeped into the body like smoke. The evil eye. For centuries, across cultures and languages, people have feared the invisible malice of others, the idea that a jealous look, a bitter word, or even silent resentment could poison the soul, the body, or the fortunes of a family. And against this danger, one item appeared over and over again in rituals of protection: garlic. Hung by doorways, tied with red string, rubbed on foreheads, or placed in bowls at the center of the home, garlic was not just food, it was a shield. A presence so bold, so forceful, that it was believed to repel darkness itself. In some traditions, garlic was burned or thrown into fire, the smoke carrying away bad energy. In others, it was used in cleansing rituals, where the bulb was passed over the body to draw out spiritual toxins. And always, it stood as a visible reminder: this place is protected. What's fascinating is that garlic wasn't chosen randomly. It wasn't just symbolic. It had weight. It had logic. At the heart of its power lies one undeniable truth: garlic is potent in every sense. Its smell is aggressive, undeniable, something that instantly fills a room and commands attention. Its taste is fire, pungent and lingering, strong enough to alter an entire dish with just one clove. Its effects on the body are just as powerful: antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory, and antiviral. Even without understanding the molecular structure of allicin or its sulfur-based defenses, people felt what garlic did. It cleansed, it cleared, it burned through sickness, and it lasted. That made garlic more than a metaphor. It became an emblem of resistance. Its properties were visible, physical, and undeniable. So when people used it in rituals to fight the evil eye, they weren't just invoking magic, they were drawing on real, sensory evidence that garlic could purify, could defend. And even if they didn't know the science, they understood something deeper. Garlic doesn't shrink from darkness. It confronts it, and here's where it gets even more interesting. Modern science may not recognize curses or the evil eye in the clinical sense, but it does recognize something strikingly similar: stress. Chronic emotional tension, anxiety, or trauma, especially when tied to social situations, comparison, judgment, or fear, can wreak havoc on the body. It weakens the immune system. It disrupts sleep. It inflames the gut. It causes fatigue, headaches, digestive trouble, and even heart problems. Now think of what garlic rituals actually did. They gave people a way to act against unseen harm, a way to fight back when they felt targeted, vulnerable, or emotionally overwhelmed, to cleanse a space, to reassert control, to create a visible barrier between themselves and the source of discomfort. These were not empty gestures. They were therapeutic interventions, rituals that soothed the mind and calmed the nervous system. Like prayer, like meditation, like incense or holy water, garlic offered not just symbolism, but release. And that matters. Emotional relief is not a luxury. It's medicine. When people participate in meaningful rituals, especially ones rooted in touch, scent, and familiarity, their cortisol levels drop. Their breathing slows. Their focus returns. Their bodies begin to heal. That's not magic. That's neuroscience. Garlic may not literally break a curse, but it breaks the cycle of fear. It clears the air, quite literally and emotionally. It signals to the mind and body: you are safe now. In this way, garlic becomes something more than superstition. It becomes a tool for resilience, for reclaiming peace, for pushing back against the silent burdens people carry in a world where not everything is fair and not every wound is visible. And just as importantly, garlic does this without needing to be translated. You don't need to be a scholar to use it. You just need to remember what your grandmother did or what her grandmother told her. You just need to feel the heat in your hands when you crush it. You just need to trust the old ways. Because garlic isn't just strong, it reminds you that you are strong. That's the deeper magic. It's not about superstition, not really. It's about protection in every sense: physical, emotional, spiritual. It's about drawing a line and saying, no further. It's about giving people something they can hold, smell, feel. Something that gives back the sense of safety the world has taken. Something real. So when someone ties garlic with red thread and hangs it above the crib of a newborn, or places it in a pocket before walking into a tense situation, they are not just clinging to the past. They are continuing a legacy of survival, one clove at a time. Not just belief, but biology. Not just folklore, but function. Garlic is the cure you don't have to understand to feel. The shield that doesn't need to shine. And sometimes, in a world full of unseen battles, that's the strongest magic there is.